It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello and welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I am your host, Pat Disabato, from the Southtown Star newspaper, and we are at Lemont High School, home of the Indians. Some of the old school Lemont people, home of the Indians, but they're the Indians now. I got a couple guests on for you tonight, folks. We'll have on football coach Brett Coy, first year at Lemont after a long and illustrious career at Lockport, where he led the Porters to state championships in 2002 and 2003. Indians are sitting 11-0. They play Richards Saturday, 6 p.m., Class 6A quarterfinal battle. And we're also going to have on wide receiver Flynn Nagel, senior at Lemont here. Great football player, headed to Duke in the fall. Obviously, he's got some brains. I'll tell you about those Nagel kids, man. His two older brothers went to Northwestern, so they've got it up here too, as well as very skilled in football. Flynn over 1,000 yards receiving, leads the entire area in receiving yards. All right, folks, we're going to go to Beggar's Pizza timeout. Remember, Beggar's Pizza, throughout the month of November and December, go and buy yourself a $25 gift card. They hook you up with a $5 gift certificate free. Great stocking stuffer. We come back. Lemont coach Brett Coy will be our guest. Stay tuned.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
I'm a pepperoni sausage, green peppers and onions. Don't forget the extra cheese, large pizza. Oh, by the way, I also make house calls. Beggar's Pizza, we lay it on thick.
For over 60 years, Standard Bank has been a part of your neighborhood, supporting sports and other activities, working with communities as they grow and thrive, helping businesses and families to reach their financial goals. In communities all over Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana, your neighborhood is our neighborhood. We can help you reach your financial goals. To learn about products like Check Free, our super secure service that saves you time and money and makes it easy to pay your bills online, visit standardbanks.com. Member FDIC.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, folks, our first guest tonight, Lemont football coach Brett Coy. Brett, how's it going, my man?
So, very good, thank you.
Thanks for coming on board. Great success here Saturday night at Richards, Class 6A quarterfinal game. You guys are sitting 11-0. Are you surprised at all by this?
Be honest with you, absolutely not. And, you know, with me, with everything being new, you know, I think there was a little bit of apprehension of what we're going to get, what we're going to see, because everything in the conference was new to me.
Yep.
But I think the staff when I came in was very reassuring. I think this was their expectations, you know. So I just sort of jumped along, and you know, I felt if this was their expectations, then it's something that is very realistic for us.
Yep. Well, long-time Lockport coach. First year at Lemont, how was that transition? Not only from a football standpoint, but being an educator too.
Be honest with you, it's been absolutely awesome. You know, it's the people here. I truly could not say they could be any better to me than what they already have. And it just from the minute I walked in, you know, especially when you're talking about a staff that's been established for a while,
yep.
The success that they've had, for them to sort of welcome me with open arms and be receptive to me. Sometimes little changes, but you know, there was a lot of things here they were doing right. You know,
yeah.
Eric laid the foundation here, and you know, things were getting done here right. So it made it, in my opinion, a smooth transition, and the staff for the most part stayed pretty intact. So it's been very good.
So what was the biggest challenge, would you say, coming into a new situation like this for you?
You know, I think, be honest with you, I think the biggest challenge was, like you said, you being the new guy and you being the guy that what you say is in charge. And,
right.
If anybody knows me, I think they know that I don't come off all the time as the guy is in charge. Sometimes you got to be the guy that makes, a lot of decisions, sets the practice schedules, but I'm one of those coaches that let our guys go to work and coach.
Yeah.
And,
delegate.
Yes, and I hire a defensive coordinator, and be quite honest with you, when it was George, when it was Delkowski, George Chart, Steve Delkowski, I let those guys coach.
Yeah.
And that's what I believe. It's the exact same way with Coach Howell. And, you got enough to worry about on your side of the ball. You have to hire somebody that you trust. And, between him and his staff, I have utmost confidence with. Yeah. And, that's the way it's been, and that's what's worked for me.
And it is a great staff. They've accomplished a lot here at Lemont. I mean, you've won 2 state championships at Lockport. So, but it's still tough, I would say, transition-wise with that. You guys are different minds, different experiences, but it has worked great, right?
It's, in my opinion, it's worked better than great. But, yeah. You might have to ask those guys. They might not necessarily agree. But, I be honest with you, I think the situation the last 2 or 3 years of me working at Minooka with my brother and
yep.
walked in, and my goal was to not create any type of negative atmosphere amongst his staff.
Yep.
That was my number one goal is these guys have worked hard for him. I don't want to create any type of
waves or anything.
So I think that prepared me, and then when I went over and worked with Coach Chart and his staff, I said that was my exact same goal. I didn't want to cause any friction or any type of ways in the staff, and I think that's prepared me, well for this situation. Yeah.
Well, as we mentioned, you've got Richards, 10-1 Richards team on Saturday in Oak Lawn, 6 o'clock kickoff. They put up 34 points against a pretty darn good Lincoln Way West team on Saturday. I was there. And what do you try and do to try and contain this offense, which is very explosive, similar to yours?
Be honest with you, it was a very good Lincoln Way West defense, and that's what obviously puts a little scare in you. And, like I said a couple minutes ago, it sounds crazy, but I really don't worry about it. No, defense, I don't worry about it. And that's John and his staffs, and do I communicate to them? Do I talk to them? Listen to ideas and or plans, absolutely. But I truly throw that burden on them. Hey, you guys are the ones that have to take care of trying to stop them, which I know is going to be a huge task. All we can do is we look offensively and say, well, guess what? They're very explosive offensively, so we may have to match.
Yeah.
And their defense is very fast, plays fast, reminds us an awful lot of our defense.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those ones where, we feel we have our hands full and we're busy enough on our side of the football. That's why that guy's in charge and he's busy on that side.
Yeah. And I'm sure Richards feels the same way, because you look at your offense, you guys have put up 470 points in 11 games. What's been the key to this offense, other than your mind, because you are an offensive guru, man. It's been proven through the years. What's been the key to this offense of explosion throughout the season?
Be quite honest with you, I think, staff-wise, we got guys that have bought in and are sort of all pulling in the same direction,
yep.
And then, I'm smart enough to know you have to have the players too,
yeah.
And a lot of those guys were on the field last year and young, and had their share of experience last year, which has prepared them for this year. Obviously Flynn coming here was a phenomenal addition to us. So you put those two combinations together,
yeah.
and now you're set up for, in my opinion, being successful. And the kids that bought in, they think the process. It sounds sort of funny if you talk to us week 2. I think we were all in a state of panic.
Yeah.
We weren't throwing it like we wanted to. We weren't putting up the points, I just looked at the guys and I said, I've been through this before.
Yeah.
When we made the conversion years ago, where if anybody remembers my history, we were very much a run
Craig DuPont,
orientated team, and then all of a sudden we had a little bit of a change of personnel, and we decided to sling it, and we lose a game 7-3, and the next game all of a sudden we go to Power I. I'm having my coaching staff flip out on me because hey, you brought me here to throw the ball. This is what we want to do. Well, I just wanted to win. We went to Power I against Romeoville, who we were losing. And then after that, we end up exploding for close to, I don't know what it was, 4,500 yards or something like that passing. And, I thought this was sort of a mirror image. We just weren't quite ready at that point in time to open it up.
Yep.
And, I think as time went on, the kids became more confident and sort of bought in, and guess what? That's what brings us to what you just said, 400 and whatever points. So
well, you're smart enough to know you can't fit circles in squares. You know what I mean?
Right,
you're going to play to your team's strengths, and Ryan Dawson's had an amazing year as a quarterback. Flynn's leading the area in receiving yards, and you got so many weapons, man. Jamie Glista, Jimmy Kaporis, Anthony Martin, right? Freshman running back. So outstanding, man. And what do you think is going to be the key to pulling this off Saturday?
I be honest with you, I'm smart enough to know that they're very explosive offensively. So we're going to need, to do the same thing. We're going to need to score some points. I think without a doubt it's going to be, we have to take care of the football, because we can't, and I'm sure he's saying the exact same thing. We can't give them any more turns with the ball than what they're going to have. And I truly believe our defense is going to have their share of situations where they're going to make some stops, and we just have to capitalize on those things. And I think we're capable of it, but like I said, I don't know if we've quite played a defense that's as athletic and as skilled as what they are too. But I think our kids are ready for it. All
right, folks. Well, Saturday, 6 p.m. at Richards. It's one of the classics, man. This has all the makings of an instant classic, so get out there. Brett, thanks a lot for coming on board, man.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you coming on board. Folks, we're going to Lisa Thomas Salon timeout. When we return, wide receiver Flynn Nagel will be our guest. Stay tuned.
You can only make one first impression, so make sure it's a good one with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where it's fun and affordable to get the latest trends. Girls, head to the salon and get pampered for only $27. Guys, get the cut and style you've always wanted for only $17. Or try out our other salon services. It's time to get noticed, only at Lisa Thomas Salon. Your style, perfect style.
If you're looking for delicious barbecue in the Southland, no one does it better than Bonapit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights. Stop in and try our mouth-watering ribs, tender piled-high pulled pork sandwich with homemade chips, or a perfecta combo in our year-round indoor-outdoor patio. Having a special get-together, Bonapit offers a party room for up to 100 people. Want to watch the big game? Fans can do so on one of our many flat-screen TVs and enjoy $10 domestic bucket specials every Sunday. Bonapit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights. No one does barbecue better. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, our next guest tonight, Lemont receiver Flynn Nagel. Flynn, thanks for coming on board, my man.
Good to see you.
All right, 11-0. Things are going great. But if someone would have told you before the season started that you guys would be sitting 11-0 and going to the 6A quarterfinals, what would your response have been?
I think I would have believed them. I would have said absolutely. I mean, we got a group of guys here, a group of kids that worked really hard this offseason, and we got a group of coaches that, I mean, they just worked their butts off for us, and they put us in the best situations to win. So, I mean, I think this offseason, if someone told me that, I would have definitely believed them.
Believe it, huh, man? No surprise. All right, that's good to hear, man. All right, so you spent your first 3 seasons at Marist before transferring here for your senior year. How much fun has this been, man? Because a lot of these guys are your buddies. You grew up with these guys in Lemont. How much fun has this experience been for you?
It's been awesome. I mean, getting back being able to play with them like I did growing up with the Lemont Hornets has just been an awesome experience. I mean, I remember back playing with Dawson, Hunter, Fedge, all these guys when I grew up, and now that I get to play with them my senior year before I go out to North Carolina, it is a great experience, and I mean, I don't really want it to end. I mean, it's so enjoyable that you just don't want something like this to end.
Yep. Well, you're going to be a busy guy, I understand, on Saturday. Beyond the receiving situation, you're also a punter, and I understand you're going to be playing a little bit more defense to help out the secondary a little bit. Is that something you enjoy, never leaving the field, and how does that impact your receiving situation at all, if at all?
It is something I enjoy. I mean, I want to do anything I can to help the team win and put us in the best situation to win. So it doesn't affect my receiving situation that much. I just got to be able to stay conditioned throughout the season and be able to stay on the field the whole game in order for our team put our team in the best situation to win. So I mean, it's not that it's going to affect me. I think it'll just help us out. So.
Okay. You were recruited by a number of Division I college programs, including a lot of Big Ten schools. You chose Duke. What was it about Duke that made it feel like this is the place you want to spend the next 4 years?
When I went out there to visit, it was just a different feel. Along with Wake Forest, I went out and visited there, and both of them in North Carolina, and they just kind of had a different feel from kind of the Midwest schools that I was recruited by. And it also had a ton to do with the coaching staff out at Duke. They got things rolling now, and they kind of got Duke out on the right foot, and it's going in the right direction. And on top of that, I mean, you get an education that's
second to none.
second to none, absolutely. So I mean, it had everything to do with those aspects, and that's why I chose Duke. So.
Okay. So rumor has it, man, when you were growing up, you were a heck of a wrestler, heck of a baseball player. So senior year, this is it, man. This is your final year of high school. Any thoughts after the football season's over, after you possibly win a state championship? You going to transition into wrestling and rekindle those wrestling skills, or maybe go into baseball and help the old Indians go back to back in 3A, or what?
You know, I've thought about it. I've talked to my dad about it, a couple guys at the school about it, and I think it would be a really fun opportunity for me to do. But I'm kind of focused on football right now and finishing this year up. So I mean, I'm not going to look past it right now. But after the football season's over, that's when I'm going to look
about it a little bit.
Yeah. Look more
okay.
deeply
All right.
into it.
Open mind. That's good, man.
Yep.
All right. So this is the little rapid fire round, man. Okay. Rapid fire questions, quick, short. All right. In one word, describe your experience as a student athlete at Lemont.
I'd say fun.
Fun, huh?
Yes. Yep.
I would say so. 11-0 and back with your buddies. That's fun.
Yeah.
All right. You're on a deserted island. You could have a pick of any one food. What would you choose?
Nancy's deep dish cheese pizza.
Nancy's deep dish cheese pizza. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Cheese only, though, huh?
Yep.
All right. Okay. All right. Last one. If you could have your pick, what celebrity would you choose as your prom date?
I'd go with Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
That might be a repeat choice, but that's a good choice. That's a very good choice, man. So you can't go wrong. Good job, man. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Flynn. Thanks for coming on board. Okay,
No problem.
Appreciate it. Good luck Saturday. That's one you're going to remember a long time, I think, man.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
All right, folks. We are going to go to an athletics timeout. Our good buddy Tom Mulvey. We return. So have some results, players of the week, coach of the week, a lot of good stuff. Stay tuned.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
I'm a half sausage for you and your husband and a half just cheese for the kids, who never seem to stop moving. Go ahead and take the night off, Mom. I got you covered. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
Since 1970, Standard Bank & Trust has been a landmark at the corner of 95th and Western. Now there's a new, state-of-the-art Standard Bank at the same convenient location and better equipped to serve your needs. So stop by and meet our friendly professional staff. They provide personalized service and a wide range of products to help both businesses and individuals reach their financial goals. In the Evergreen Park area and in communities all over Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana, we're your neighborhood bank. Learn more at standardbanks.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'd like to thank Lemont football coach Brett Coy and wide receiver Flynn Nagel for being our guests tonight. I also got to give a shout out to the athletic director, John Young. Thanks for hooking us up here. Beautiful facility, man. If you've never been out to Lemont's campus, it is one of the finest and still remains the only high school in the Southland with a 2-floor garage, man, for your cars, man, a parking lot. It's a double-decker. I don't have that anywhere, just at Lemont, so it's all good. All right, folks, we're going to go to Standard Bank text poll question of the week. Chance to win a $50 gift card. We've got some Lemont flavor to this text poll question, so you Lemont fans, get ready. The Posick brothers, Graham and Ethan, you guys know all about those two guys. They both started at Lemont on the football field. Which college did Graham graduate from, and which college is Ethan currently attending? All right, I watched him Saturday night on TV on the O-line. Okay, text A for Illinois and Michigan, B for Northwestern and LSU, C for Illinois and LSU, okay? Text the answer, A, B, or C, to 708-365-8501. Texter number 3 with the correct response wins a gift card, $50 gift card, compliments of Standard Bank. That'll help you out. That'll hook you up for Christmas time. All right, the results segment sponsored by Athletics, Sports, and Rehabilitation Therapy. Tom Mulvey, the best in the biz. Class 8A, HF 42, Edwardsville 35. For HF, Deontay Harley-Hampton, 25 carries, 226 yards, couple scores. Twin brother Devontae Harley-Hampton, 28 carries, 214 yards, and a touchdown. Bryce Gray was 8 of 13 for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns. Vikings only had 623 yards of offense against Edwardsville. Man, those Tiger fans, whew, they didn't see an offense like that in quite some time, I bet. Up next, for the Vikings, a rematch of Southwest Suburban Blue, Bolingbrook. Saturday night, 7 o'clock. That's going to be a great one. Class 7A, Providence 34, St. Rita 3. Game I was at. For Provi, Justin Hunterford, 12 of 25, 219 yards, 2 TDs. Miles Boykin, 5 catches, 99 yards in the score. Richie Warfield had 13 carries, 113 yards in the score. Mike Beller had a 23-yard TD reception for the Celtics, who host Wheaton Warrenville South on Saturday at 1 p.m. For Rita, Tyree Lee, 17 carries, 78 yards. Brandon Gaston, 4 catches, 25 yards. Mustangs are shifted over to the Prep Bowl. I think they play Saturday against Loyola. Mount Carmel, 24, Belleville West 6. How about those Caravan? For Mount Carmel, Anthony Reese, 22 carries, 239 yards, 2 scores. A.J. Lewis, 20 carries, 124 yards. Zach Mirabelli had to take care of the Paisan, 43-yard field goal for the Caravan, who will host Lincoln Way East at Gately Stadium on Saturday, 1 p.m. That will be a doozy. Lincoln Way East 47, Revis 14 for Revis. Isaiah Alpuche, 15 of 28, 130 yards and a score. Khalid Norvell, 17 carries, 104 yards and a TD. Great season by the Rams, 8-3, something to build on for next year. For East, Liam Morrissey, 26 carries, 196 yards, 2 TDs. Mike Weller was 6 of 11 for 55 yards, also had 2 touchdown runs. Brian Burns had a 37-yard pick 6 for the Griffins. Class 6A, Lemont 35, Yorkville 14. For Lemont, Ryan Dawson, 14 of 20, 172 yards, 4 TDs. Young man has 43 touchdowns on the season. Flynn Nagel, 4 catches, 58 yards, couple scores. Anthony Martin, 21 carries, 101 yards, and a TD. Matt Martinson had an interception for the Indians, who are at Richards Saturday, 6 p.m. Richards 34, Lincoln Way West 27. Game I was at on Saturday. For Richards, Hassan Muhammad Rogers, 16 of 23, 395 yards, 5 TDs. Not a bad day at the office, and it was his 18th birthday. Pat Doyle had a 65-yard TD reception. Spencer Tears had a 57-yard TD reception. Romeo Johnson, 80-yard TD reception for the Dogs. For Lincoln Way West, Gabe Montalvo, 22 carries, 135 yards. Adam Kinner, 14 carries, 46 yards, 2 scores. And Connor Lohman, 17 of 24, 201 yards and a TD. Believe me, West will be back. They return a ton of starters for next year. Labriola Bakery Cafe, Golden Baguette Player of the Week. none other than Richards quarterback Hassan Muhammad Rogers, 16 to 23, 395 yards, 5 TDs. Happy 18th birthday. Lisa Thomas Salon Tea Club Player of the Week. Tinley Park Volleyball is Lindsay Lannon. Major reason the Titans won a sectional title, first in the program's history, led the team in kills. We're going to hook her up with a nice goodie bag from Lisa Thomas Salon. The Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse Coach of the Week. We already hooked up Lemont Coach Brett Coy, $25 gift card from our buddy Jimmy at Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights. The best barbecue in the Southland. Okay, folks, going to a Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. We'll be at Labriola Bakery Cafe in a couple weeks. We return high and tight.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oakbrook Promenade.
You can only make one first impression, so make sure it's a good one with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where it's fun and affordable to get the latest trends. Girls, head to the salon and get pampered for only $27. Guys, get the cut and style you've always wanted for only $17. Or try out our other salon services. It's time to get noticed, only at Lisa Thomas Salon. Your style, perfect style.
If you're in the mood for some of the finest barbecue in the Southland, then Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights is a place for you and your family. Whether it's ribs, chicken, brisket, pulled pork, or any other barbecue favorites, Bona Pit serves up a flavor explosion in a championship form. We also offer steaks, seafood, sandwiches, a mouth-watering nachos platter, and salads in a casual atmosphere, with the option of either dining inside or on our heated patio. Watch the big game in our full-service bar, or call ahead for pickup. Bona Pit in Palos Heights. Hi, folks. Welcome back. Coach's Corner Show brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Okay, high and tight time. Folks, this is what happens when you go out and you hire the best possible candidate. Brett Coy here at Lemont. No, Lemont didn't go on the cheap. They didn't try and fit a square peg into a round hole. They went and got a guy who's a great educator, a great teacher, and a great football coach, Brett Coy. And look what he's done. 11-0. Him and his staff working wonders here at Lemont, man. And this is obviously an established program, always a perennial power. They fell on some hard times last year. They were 3-6. But, man, you talk about doing a 180. I'm telling you, with all due credit to the staff that transitioned from previous years, Brett Coy is a big, big reason this place is rocking and is sitting at 11-0. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the show. Get out to some games, man. There are some unbelievable games on Saturday. Take your pick, afternoon, evening, whatever. Go out, support the area. Have a great week.